for you, Josh, how disappointing was it on the first drive and you guys fumbled out the goal line? Looking back, how important would it have been if you guys were able to go up 10-0?
Obviously, it was a little disappointing, but we preach every day next play mentality. Obviously, it sucked, but there's nothing we can do about it once it happened, so we just focus on what happens next. And luckily, we did embrace that next play mentality because the next drive, we went ahead and scored. So,
yeah. What's your the overall assessment of just how your group has done through the district team?
How my group has done?
Yeah, the offensive line. How do you think you guys have done?
Well, I think the last game we were all obviously disappointed with the outcome and our performance, but over the last 6 games, we're growing. How about that? We're growing.
The snapping issues the early part of the season. What happened and what have you done to address it?
Oh, the snapping, that was just, I think that was a fluke. And honestly, I embraced that next play mentality, and I kept going, and I got better.
Josh, did you change anything technique-wise? Did you spend more time working on snapping when
Oh, of course. Of course, yeah. After that happened, every single day. Yep.
How many more? What would you do?
I'd say probably at least 20 to 30 more per practice, after practice, before practice.
Did you notice anything? Was it just concentration?
It was, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yes.
did that ever at any point kind of get in your head? Or did you have to fight to make sure that didn't happen?
No, I just kept my cool. It didn't ride the highs and lows of the game, including what I did or didn't do, and I just kept going. Same mentality all the way through.
Treydan, same kind of question about your group, or as a defense as a whole. How would you assess how you guys have done through the first half of the season?
I think we can be better. We can always be better. We're working every day. I don't think we've played to our ceiling just yet. I think we have a talented group, and if we can all put it together, our ceiling's very high. So I think we just gonna keep working to get there.
How much does it put on the defensive backs when the team is able to run and you're on man-on-man situations, and you have a quarterback like Nick that has a little bit of time now, like he has 9 guys in the pocket?
I mean, that's just the nature of football, I guess. Like, that was a really good Oregon team, and they executed better than us. So it did make it a little difficult in certain situations, but I don't think anything specifically made it worse for us.
Josh, you've been the starting center now for 6 games. You played a lot last year. I think you played center with Bart. What have you learned?
What have I learned?
These 6 games being in this position.
Sure, you have to be really on top of what you know, on top of the defense you're playing that week. You have to have a great week of practice, and you have to make sure all your guys are on the same page. That's, yeah.
Sure. And what about, you sort of mentioned like navigating the ups and downs.
Sure.
Is that something that just comes naturally to you, that kind of even keel mentality, or is that something that you have to work on as well?
No, it's definitely something that I had to work on. Is just like, again, embracing the next play mentality and not being what the defense likes to call like a yo-yo, right? Riding ups and downs, just being the same. And whether you have a good play or a bad play, just coming to the next play with the same mentality.
What can you share with us about your hometown in Missouri?
Hometown Missouri, I'd say people think of it as a little bit redneck. I'd say less redneck, more hillbilly, more tractors, but no, it's a good little town, good sized town, and I really like the people there. Always very nice.
And what was kind of your lifestyle growing up? What did your parents do, and what did you do for fun?
Sure. I love fishing. I love hunting. My parents, so my mom is an administrator for a surgical company, and my dad is a auto mechanic. So, yeah.
And I'm assuming you learned how to fish and hunt from your dad?
I sure did, and my brother.
And what were those experiences like, and where did you guys go?
Sure, it was awesome. I went to my grandpa's farm when he was still with us, and it was amazing. It set my foundation for what I love to do and what I believe.
And what's the change been like for you going from Missouri to Tucson, Arizona?
Oh, it's awesome. I think it's a awesome inclusion of a melting pot of all different things. And when you come to college, there's people from everywhere. Like my roommate first year was from Canada, and I thought that was really awesome to be able to experience and converse with all those different people. And I thought it was really cool.
Was that late?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Treydan, it seems like you've been really close on a lot of plays. You're kind of right there with the receiver, and just missing by a fraction of an inch. Is that how you kind of feeling out there, like you're on the verge of making some plays?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, sometimes, you get a 50-50 ball, doesn't go your way. So yeah, I just got to keep working, keep applying my technique every week in practice, and those plays will start going my way.
Where's your comfort level in terms of your knee, your health, those types of things?
Oh, I feel good.
You feel good? You
Yeah.
feel like pretty much normal, like the same as last year?
Yep.
At what point did that kind of set in? Is that a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, it was always improving. The last couple of weeks, I've already felt pretty solid. It's more about like just icing it after and stuff.
What have the discussions been like with Coach Nansen about getting better against the run as a team?
Just generally, we have to execute our scheme like perfectly. Like we can't jump out of gaps. We can't like not be where we're supposed to be. Just do your job, and it'll work out.
Did it seem like the issues that cropped up against Cal were the same issues against Oregon, or was it different stuff?
I think it was different stuff because every week is a different style of game plan. You're trying to out-scheme your opponent, and yeah, just different things popped up here and there that led to what happened.
Speaking of which, Washington, I think it's more of a pass-oriented team than some of the teams we've faced lately. Have you had a chance to look at them at all, or their wide receivers? I think they have one of the best receiver trios in the league.
Yeah, no, we've already taken a look at them. We're ahead of our film study as a group, I think. So yeah, we're very focused on this week, going 1-0 this week.
How has facing Arizona's trio of wide receivers maybe prepared you for the guys you're going to see this weekend?
I think I'm so fortunate to have such a good receiver core on this team that I get to go against in practice every week, because it's only helping. Like at the end of the day, they're still on my team. It may feel like we're against them during the week, but at the end of the week, we're all on one team, and they're helping me get better. I'm helping them get better.
When you look at Washington's quarterback and see the progression he's made since Indiana coming over to Washington, what makes him so special? What stands out to you?
I think he's got a pretty strong arm. I think he's a good decision maker. He's not like reckless. And then obviously being left-handed is the odd thing out. So it makes it a little different in all your preparations and stuff.
How much different does that go into the preparation facing the lefty? I know you guys did it against against Colorado this year.
Yeah.
But how do you prepare? Do you prepare differently? Like, what goes into that?
I mean, there's like slight little changes. It's just more of like a flipping. Like if they were doing a boot action, he would like to roll the other direction that we're used to. Or like if you're trying to bat a ball down, you put the opposite arm up, stuff like that.
Treydan, help me understand a little bit and finding the right run gaps. What are the challenges of getting to that right run gap and identifying it and making sure that you're where you're supposed to be?
Well, when there's a lot of movement and stuff and pullers, like gaps change, you have to be ready to adjust on the fly, and the game is fast, so that's why it's difficult to always find the exact gap you're supposed to be in.
Josh, this is probably going to be the loudest stadium you guys have played in this season. I would guess it's a visiting stadium. How would you guys as an offensive line or as an offense prepared for that, or how would you prepare for that?
Got to have a great week of communication, great week of practice, and even nonverbals, pointing, letting the running backs know, letting our quarterbacks know exactly what we're doing, so that what happened in last week and previous weeks doesn't happen again.
And one more for you, Josh. You're right next to Big Jonah.
Sure.
You came in here as a true freshman and pretty much been a starter from day one. It seems like he's getting better and better. How would you evaluate how he has performed?
I think he's done very well under pressure. As a young guy, I think he came in very well. He came in ready to play. He dropped his weight physically and got in better shape, and he came in strong and came in smart. And I think it's very important. He's a great kid too. So.
For both players,
Sure.
halfway point 3-3. Can you identify some things that you've seen improvements since the beginning of training camp to where we are now, specifically from both offense and defense?
for me, I think we're just growing together as a group. I think we're creating bonds. We have a family-like group like in our room. That's what we're trying to build, and we're just continuing to grow every day, every week.
I think on offense, our ability to play fast and play efficient has definitely increased since the beginning of fall camp, for sure.
One more question. And then Josh, can you share with us just the dynamic of the relationship that you have with guards on both sides?
Sure, you have to be able to talk to them. They're big dudes, they're strong dudes. You got to be able to know how to talk to them, and when things are going good or going bad in a game, you got to be able to relay information to help you play even faster or more efficient. So, yeah.
That's it, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.